Greetings, everybody. This is Sabin the Karakachan, or you may also know me as Sabin the Bulgarian Shepherd Dog. And I wanted to give you guys a view of my new official persona. So, for a long time, guys, for about 13 years, I have used a wolf character that was kind of part of an alternate universe, and kind of just, of my story. But I realized lately that I really need my own actual character that I myself can actually have be as me. And, I found it kind of awkward trying to, play as my character while still trying to uphold to the very stringent uh 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 plan I have for him. So yeah, I decided that now was the right time to finally get my own character. And as you guys can see, he is quite a handsome fella. Not too muscular, but still quite muscular. You know, a big, strong form, big, beautiful tail. This is the artist, Senor Zant. Super nice guy. He and I worked together, and he made the artwork and brought my wonderful character to life. And look at the big, adorable, goofy smile on his face. I am a goofy goober in real life, and I like being a goofy goober. So I wanted, my character to have a very goofy and adorable look to his face. Just this big, kind of sweet, lovable, kind of like a teddy bear fella. Super sweet and soft, very fluffy, very wise, but also has the ability to use strength if needed to handle any situation. And well, this was the character I kind of based my character off of. I was just like, I really like the way that this character looked. They had a kind of a big, goofy look on their face. They had big, floppy ears, a nice, muscular form. And, yeah, I was just like, you know what? Now it's about time I find out the right kind of character for me. And when I started thinking about it for quite a while, as I did more studies on the Bulgarian Shepherd Dog, and then also this character, I realized that there were a lot of similarities. So eventually, it became kind of the final thing that helped me pull the trigger on finally getting my own character, and my own official character. All the other characters in my stories are my characters, but my actual own persona. And yeah, so I really love this picture, and I just thought they looked really cool. They have like a big goofy smile on their face. They kind of sort of look like a big lovable fella. You know, I love the hair tuft on the top. I might add a variation of that onto my character. But yeah, just yeah. This when I saw this piece, I was immediately like, oh my gosh, this is adorable. Look at that big goofy goober. And I did some research, and yeah, I was able to find the artist. And yeah, so I mean, I have like a couple different versions of these. I have the one with all white fur, and then I have this one with some gray fur for the paws and hands. So it's an interesting idea. I'm thinking about one. I'm wondering what it would look like if he had like red fur on it for his paws and hands. I think that would actually be kind of cool. But yeah, he looks really cool. And like I said, I kind of went for like the same expression on his face because I'm a goofy goober in real life, and that first picture resonated with me. So I got my own character made, who's also a goofy goober. He's a lovable goof that likes to make people happy. He's a sweet individual, very smart, very intelligent. You know, just loves to care for people, and yeah, this one uses his size and his strength to help those around him. And yeah, I'm thinking about making a really cool storyline for him. so that way he can kind of be omnidirectional use. Still have access to advanced technology, but still live a simple, happy life where he's just kind of doing his own thing. No allies, no enemies, just kind of doing his thing. Um, I'm thinking that he will own like a massive farm complex somewhere in the upper areas of Bulgaria, and he will have genetically engineered and enhanced intelligence shepherd wolves, Bulgarian shepherd wolves, and these will just be like so it's kind of like a unique way because usually shepherds have to defend their flock from wolves, but my character found a way to use wolves to not only defend his farm but also to keep a lot of peace in the surrounding area because these wolves mark their territory and that keeps other predators away. And they will attack and kill any other predators that try to harm, you know, Sabin's farm or friends. And these wolves have, I would say, about a 7-year-old's level of intelligence. Like they are actually hyper intelligent for what they are, and they they communicate with Sabin the Karakachan, using different signals and advanced advanced things on their collars. So yeah, these wolves are genetically engineered to be bigger and stronger than normal wolves. They yeah, they're not like dire wolf insane size, but they're like they're smaller than a dire wolf, but quite considerably larger than like a regular gray wolf. So these are big, beautiful creatures that are really fast, extremely robust, and because they kill so many predators and do hunting their own, hunting deer and elk, and other animals that might be out there, they have all the food that they need, and on top of that, uh, Sabin likes to receive donations for his work, and his neighbors and other territories around him that his people have, they appreciate the work that he has done, so they send him meat and other groceries and stuff to help supplement his needs for the wolves. So the wolves eat like a 80% meat, 20% vegetable type of food, so that way the vegetables still give them some level of like nutrients, but it helps make the food last longer, so there's not just having to go through countless animals and then suddenly hunting everything to extinction. But yeah, I really love the way that this character came out. I showed a couple people at church, I showed a couple people at my job, and they were like, "Wow, he looks really really cool." And I think he looks awesome too. He's oop, quite a handsome creature. Big beautiful tail. Just you can tell that that I don't know. He's very articulate, but yeah, he usually goes about things with a happy-go-lucky spirit. Just a lovable individual that just loves to make everybody happy. Very outgoing, very friendly. Very happy in his home country of Bulgaria. He's very patriotic. Uh, He has his own personal hover ship that he resides in when he's not on his kind of farm complex. Uh, Usually, he just has workers and stuff that do the things that he needs them to do, and he kind of oversees everything. But he makes sure to pay all of his people very good wages, so that way they can, be able to afford their families' needs. Um, so like like he checks with each worker and adjusts their pay accordingly. So like depending on like their rent and depending on like their food needs and things like that. And after doing extensive research, he will adjust their pay accordingly. So that way the person will have the money that they need and a little bit extra to save up, so that way they can enjoy, uh, you know, being able to have nice things here and there. But because he wants to make sure that he doesn't overpay, but he also wants to make sure that he doesn't underpay either. So he has accountants and individuals under him that help make sure that it's taken care of, so that way everybody is treated fairly and given accordance to what they need. And yeah, people really appreciate what he does for them. And he helps build churches. He helps helps the local hospitals with medicinal herbs and things that are needed to help make medicine. uh, because he is hyper intelligent. He on his airship, well, airship slash hover ship slash home hover base or whatever it is, goes around to different parts of Bulgaria to his various um, medicinal foundries, and he harvests the materials needed to make medicine. And he has found ways to mass produce medicine to make it cheap and effective for his people, and for the people of Bulgaria. So he's working to better Bulgaria and try to get rid of the corruption in the government and other things going on. But he tries to handle things in a bit more of a passive way, not just straight go out to to kill the bad people who are in power. So instead of putting money into the system that can be exploited, he instead gets resources and food and supplies to where people need them, and that in turn helps the people and makes it less likely for the corruption in the government to be able to exploit that for their own purposes. So slowly but surely, he is making a difference and trying to make his home country of Bulgaria a better place. And he also helps donate funds and resources to the Kairos program, which is a cool program that helps spread God's word and empowering preachers and teachers to go out into the surrounding countries to be able to spread God's word. So it's kind of cool, This individual is kind of like he's not a goody two shoes, but he's a kind of individual that just wants to do what's right and just bless people around him and do what he was made to do. So he usually kind of lives alone, except he has his wolf pack. I mean, well, his wolf his wolves that that patrol the property and his areas to keep predators and bad things away. And yeah, he does yeah, every day he checks in with his workers. He gives workers either half days or full days off on most holidays. Make sure that holiday pay and proper benefits and things like that are given. And yeah, like he actually has advanced uh, medical facilities that are far beyond what normal Bulgaria would have. And in fact, these medical facilities are like as advanced as Arsenal X's medicinal facilities are. Like he can actually regrow certain limbs, certain parts. He can regrow eyeballs. Like he's able to pretty much fabricate new parts of the human body and fix people who get hurt on the job. And so that's one of the reasons why he can afford to pay his people what would be considered less than a lot of other companies, because he provides the services that usually make these people need to get higher pay. So, uh, he gives his people enough for like their essential needs, and then he provides them services like like money and resources, like medicinal stuff and resources, if they get their resources and stuff from him. So he loves to give back to his people, and the more prosperous he is, the more prosperous his people are. And like I said, he does most of his stuff not out of monetary distribution or monetary gain, but more instead he does it out of resource wise uh, gain and distribution. So it's a very unique way that he handles things, and you know, it helps ease the lives of his people that that work under him, because he gives them the resources and stuff that they need instead of just money. So although they get less money, they get a lot more in the sense of they get food, uh, uh, medical help, and stuff like that. Now, unless it is an extreme emergency, usually his medical center is closed off to the public and only for his workers, but his workers and their families. But if there is an extreme emergency and he feels compelled to step in, then he will and bring that individual to his facilities for a moderate but reduced price of medicinal treatment, and they will gain the aid that they need, and then the insurance companies will pay him what is needed. So, yeah, he doesn't require exorbitant amounts of money because he works very well with the resources and stuff that he has at hand, or I guess you could say at paw. So I think that's really, really cool. Just just a lovable individual that just really cares about those around him, and he explores the earth uh, many times a year, just finding new places to see what is around him. What different countries are doing. He has primarily universal immunity, just because of the person that he is, and yeah, so it's like as long as he doesn't really cause any trouble, nobody can try to really impose anything on him. So I think it's really cool that that he's just a lovable goober that just loves to bless those around him, and yeah, it's just a super sweet, kind individual that really enjoys just being himself. He has a very upbeat personality. He's very friendly, almost puppy-like in some ways. Easily distracted because he has ADHD, but it just makes his personality all the more fun. You know. But yeah, so that's just kind of a quick view of what my thoughts are on his origin story and kind of what he does. So let me know what you guys think, because I think that would be really cool to have as a origin story. Um, and just kind of like what he does. So like that way there's like primarily mainly realistic aspects to the story, but still some fun, techy, unique, unusual aspects to it that kind of give it a fun sci-fi, solar punk kind of vibe. And yeah, I think it's really cool. And yeah, corruption inside of his facilities and things like that is pretty much zero. He has a zero tolerance policy for that kind of stuff, and handles that pretty harshly. But yeah, the reason why he does is because he wants to make sure that everybody knows, that works with him, that he is a stand-up individual that is honest and transparent, and he values that deeply. And yeah, like if you ever have a concern or a worry, you can just go up to him and be like, "Hey, I had a small problem," and he'd be like, "Oh, what's going on?" And like you might have to accompany him on a task that he's doing, but he will take what you say to heart, and after doing some research and investigation, he will handle it accordingly. Like he always tries to do what he can to bless his workers, and he has a an innate blessed ability that allows him to test a person's soul. So like he can kind of see whether the individual is a legitimate uh individual that is trying to be the best they can be, or if they are a crappy individual that's just trying to be there for resources and money. So he always does his best to like hire the right people so that way everything would like run smoothly and you have stand-up individuals at every aspect of his farm slash medicinal facility and medicinal type stuff. Like he has his own his own apothecary that does that finds ways to like rapid grow medicinal herbs and spices, and in turn, he handles things in a lot more naturalistic way to give people aid and assistance without just pumping them full of chemicals. And his medicine, most of the time, is actually more effective than most of the medicines that you can get normally. But there are times where he's just like, yeah, I haven't really tackled that one yet, so you might want to just go with the regular stuff that the doctors give you, but you can take this stuff instead to help you. And he will, do everything he can. Like he usually never upsells people. He always tries his best to give people exactly what they need. And yeah, just an overall general stand-up guy that just cares about those around him. Kind of like a sweet, friendly, a lot more friendly individual version of Edensvo. So I think that's kind of cool. So yeah, this is a character that I will play as just for like my average interactions with people. And yeah, I just I think he looks awesome. And yeah, props to Senior Zant for helping me bring this character to life. And praise God for giving me the inspiration to make this become a reality. It's hot. It's a very warm night, and I hate it. Blech. But yeah, so yeah, I love the way that he looks. I do plan to get like more artwork of him done, and more YouTube intros of him as well for like the different holidays and fun things like that. Give me a quick second. Oh, shut up. But yeah, I think having this as my YouTube intro for him is like a really cool way to go, because it's so cool that you see that like blue ethereal hand come down and form like energy, and you see this like red beautiful energy in contrast to the black and white fur of Sabin the Karakachan. So yeah, I think I might have my videos be greetings everybody. This is Sabin the Karakachan, and this is a pleasure to have you for another video, because it makes the YouTube intro shorter, much more straight to the point, instead of saying Sabin the Bulgarian Shepherd Dog, which I could also do as well if you guys prefer. But yeah, I think it will help open up my channel to more viewers and kind of give like a unique and fun character aspect to the channel. So I'm thinking that because he's a shepherd dog, I can call you guys my flock. I think that would be kind of fun. The Bulgarian Shepherd watches over his flock. So I think that'd actually be kind of fun. So I'd say, yeah, just share the video around so that way more individuals can come join the flock. I think that would be like a really fun way to do it. Now, like, I'm not calling you guys like sheep, like sheeple and stuff like that, but I think it's kind of a fun, cute way to refer to you guys. Or technically, since he does have his wolf pack, I could also add you guys to that as well. So it just kind of depends on what you guys think. But yeah, I really love the way that this came out. And I showed people the animations of this as well, and they said it looked really, really cool having that come up like that. So yeah, I'm very happy with that. So just, let me know what you guys think. But yeah, I just wanted to give you guys a video showing you guys my thoughts and ideas behind this character, and having him be my official persona. And yeah, and don't worry guys, I'll still be that lovable goober that you guys always enjoy, but now you guys will see me with my actual self, in a sense of the word. So I think that's pretty darn cool if you guys ask me. But yeah, guys, this has been Sabin Dimitrov, the Karakachan, and it's been an absolute pleasure having you guys here for this video. And I really hope that you guys will enjoy the next one. Always remember to like, share, and subscribe, so that way more individuals can watch these videos and join the herd, the flock. And yeah, just let me know what you guys think. I think this will be a fun way to make the channel come alive and be interesting, and can I kind of help emphasize the fun attributes of this character. But anyway, guys, you guys stay awesome, and always remember, God bless.